Today we are going to be trying out a very popular upcountry recipe that is Njahi Mukimo, which is going to turn out absolutely mouth-watering, and it's going to be the simplest, easiest recipe ever, and it's going to take around 1 hour of your time, and your Mukimo is going to turn out delish. Kenyan black beans are black in color, and they get the black color from an antioxidant called 𝗟𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, and they have a white stripe. The beans have minerals like iron, potassium, magnesium, and zinc. They are high in fiber, and to make cooking easier, you soak the beans overnight so that it can be easier for you to boil until tender, which is going to take a very short period of time. I've already soaked my black beans. As you can see, they are brownish in color because I soaked overnight. So now the next step is going to be using my pressure cooker to boil the beans, which is going to take a very short period of time to boil until tender. Pressure cooker is one of those utensils that you can't miss in your kitchen because pressure cooker makes it very easy for you to shorten the cooking time of grains, meat, and even chicken. Yeah, so I'm going to transfer my black beans into a pressure cooker with around 3 cups of water. This is half a kg of black beans. So next I'm going to place my lid, align the edges, and twist to lock. And over high flames, I'm going to wait for the water to come to a boil, which is going to take around a minute or two. Then reduce the flames to medium. Boil the black beans for around 30 to 40 minutes at most because we have already soaked the beans. This is exactly after 20 minutes. As you can see, the black beans or njahi are very tender. Earlier on, I said you boil your njahi for around 30 to 45 minutes, but I decided to check halfway because I didn't want the njahi to burn. So within 20 minutes, the njahi is very tender, which means that soaking your grains overnight, especially beans and Kenyan black beans, that is njahi, is quite a hack. So the next step is going to be peeling a bunch of green bananas, and I've already done that, and I've been soaking the green bananas in water so that they don't oxidize. Also, I've prepped up some green onions. I have a ripe banana for the recipe, cooking oil, salt, and 2 seasoning cubes, and we're going to find every ingredient listed in the description box in the right quantity. You'll need a pot which you're going to use to boil your green bananas, and I'm going to transfer into my pot together with the water. Add in a teaspoon of salt, which is going to season the bananas as they're boiling. Cover my pot, and over high flame, I'm going to boil the bananas for around 5 to 6 minutes at most because, as you can see, the bananas are not too big. So if you have not prepped up your green onions, you're going to do so at this point as the green bananas are cooking. But I always prep up ahead because I don't love a messy counter. As for the njahi, I'm not going to be using the entire, this is around 4 to 5 cups. So I'm going to freeze the rest so that we can enjoy in another recipe. While my green bananas are boiling, I'm going to place a small pot over medium-high flame. Add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Add in my green onions, seasoning cube, stir in the green onions together with the seasoning and cook for around a minute. When it comes to Mukimo, the secret is adding in some more flavor. That is sauteing some green onions together with seasoning. You can add in salt as well. And the best part about this recipe is that you can double, triple the ingredients to make some more njahi Mukimo. So within a minute, the green onions are going to release their natural sugars into the cooking oil. Hence, the cooking oil is going to get very flavorful, which is going to be perfect for the mukimo. So I'm going to check on my green bananas, which have been boiling for around 5 minutes. And we are almost there. After around 7 to 10 minutes, we're going to use a fork and poke to check if the green bananas are ready. Once the fork can run through, the green bananas are ready, so you're going to cover and drain off the water. This is how your green onions are going to be looking when ready. So you're going to put out the flames and it's time to mash. So I'm going to add in 2 cups of Njahi into the pot, mash together with the green bananas. Using a masher or a bottle, if you don't have a masher, you're going to mash everything until smooth. It's going to be very easy for you to mash up the Njahi together with the green bananas. And if you notice that your mukimo is very dry, you can add in a little bit of warm water at a time as you mash up until you get the perfect consistency. It is at this point that I'm going to be adding in a ripe banana, which is a secret ingredient which adds in sweetness. Then next I'm going to add in my green onions, which are very flavorful. Mash up a final time. And after adding in the green onions, your mukimo is going to be smelling absolutely amazing. I'm going to switch to a spatula to mix up the green onions together with the flavorful cooking oil and the ripe banana. Whenever you are up country and your grandma makes you mukimo, there's always that sweet taste in mukimo. So the secret is adding in a ripe banana. I always used to wonder why my mama's mukimo was sweet. So she got the recipe from my grandmother and the mukimo was so good. So this is how your mukimo is going to be looking when everything is fully mixed up. And as you can see, the consistency is perfect. It's not too dry, it's not too thin. It's perfect to serve over some beef stew. So I hope you'll be giving this recipe a try and it's going to turn out absolutely amazing. It's going to be a crowd pleaser and it's going to be epic over some beef, chicken, or even mutton stew.